In a stunning development that has electrified the boxing world, 8-division world champion Manny Pacquiao has emerged from retirement, showcasing impressive training footage ahead of his scheduled July 2025 bout against WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. At 46 years old, the Filipino icon's decision to return to professional boxing nearly 4 years after his last fight has sparked intense debate among boxing legends, experts, and fans alike.
So, who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. There's a final elimination taking place in North Africa, New Guinea with Chisoko, and there's just many interests in the division. It's a great weight category.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman confirmed that Pacquiao will challenge current WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in Las Vegas this July, likely at the T-Mobile Arena. This comeback is facilitated by WBC regulations permitting former champions to vie for titles upon returning from retirement, a rule previously applied to legends like Sugar Ray Leonard. The official announcement came after Pacquiao completed his Senate campaign in the Philippines on May 12. Reports indicate that premier boxing champions and TGB promotions have reserved the T-Mobile Arena for July 19, suggesting this as the likely date for the highly anticipated showdown. Recently released training footage of Pacquiao preparing for the Barrios fight has ignited a firestorm of reactions across the boxing community. The video shows the 46-year-old legend displaying flashes of his signature speed and power, working the mitts with longtime trainer Freddie Roach, and engaging in intense conditioning exercises. Several boxing luminaries have weighed in on the footage, with opinions ranging from admiration to concern.
That any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte.
Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson offered a nuanced take on Pacquiao's comeback attempt after viewing the training footage. While Tyson has previously made headlines by asserting that Naoya Inoue surpasses Pacquiao in prowess, describing Inoue as vicious and emphasizing his formidable presence in the ring, he expressed respect for Pacquiao's conditioning at 46. Pacquiao looks sensational, Tyson reportedly stated in reference to Pacquiao's previous performances. However, when pressed about Pacquiao's current form compared to fighters in their prime, Tyson acknowledged the realities of aging in combat sports. The former heavyweight champion's assessment reflects his own experience with late career comebacks. While impressed with aspects of Pacquiao's training regimen, Tyson emphasized that no fighter remains the same athlete at 46 that they were in their prime years.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then gets in that ring. Later. Different dude. Right. Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah,
he got crucified.
Yeah, but he's.
I wish you the best.
Too.
Good luck in that fight.
Yeah, I mean he's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different.
Prominent commentator and podcaster Joe Rogan voiced significant apprehension about Pacquiao's return after analyzing the training footage. "This is dangerous," Rogan remarked, highlighting the potential health risks for Pacquiao at this stage in his life and career. Rogan emphasized the physical demands of boxing and questioned the prudence of returning to the ring after such a significant hiatus. Drawing parallels to cross-sport competitions, he explained, like if Manny Pacquiao in the middle of his prime said, "I'm going to fight MMA." That would be insane, and he'd probably get his face kicked off, probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless. It's a different skill set. Rogan's comments reflect a broader concern about the toll that high-level boxing takes on aging athletes, even those with Pacquiao's legendary skill set and conditioning.
We've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. I mean, Manny having a massive Philippine fan base, and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
Former world champion and longtime associate of Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan, expressed mixed feelings after watching Pacquiao's training footage. While acknowledging the Filipino legend's remarkable physical condition for his age, Khan voiced concerns about the motivations behind such a comeback. If Manny wants to come and fight for a world title, why not? But it's a bit unfair, isn't it? There are so many young fighters coming up. Really, I think you should give the next generation a chance, Khan stated. Khan revealed that Pacquiao had personally reached out to him about a potential fight. Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, "Shall we do a fight?" He's quite serious about it. He was like, "Should we make a fight happen?" The British boxer suggested that financial incentives would play a crucial role in any comeback considerations. If you can get someone like a Turki Al-Sheikh, Saudi boxing chief, on board, then why not? We've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. I mean, Manny having a massive Philippine fan base and all around the world, really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well. Despite the commercial appeal, Khan expressed health concerns about late career comebacks. At the same time though, guys, I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? We've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and God forbid, you get hurt and you can't spend good quality time with your family. Khan also took the opportunity to reflect on his own near miss with Pacquiao and what would have been a mega fight between the two stars. According to Khan, the fight fell through due to contractual complications and financial uncertainties.
Facing Mario Barrios, what do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. People moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not?
Prominent promoter Eddie Hearn offered a balanced assessment of Pacquiao's training footage and comeback attempt. While impressed with certain aspects of Pacquiao's physical condition, Hearn questioned whether the Filipino legend should immediately challenge for a world title after such a lengthy absence from the sport. Should he be fighting for a world title? Hearn pondered, highlighting concerns about the implications for younger, active fighters awaiting their opportunities. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not. Despite these reservations, Hearn acknowledged Pacquiao's enduring quality. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. Hearn emphasized the impact of Pacquiao's inactivity. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago, a year ago. And every month, or 3 months, or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. When questioned about the fairness of Pacquiao receiving an immediate title shot, Hearn suggested that Pacquiao's legendary status afforded him certain privileges. I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots Ennis, and Barrios is not Crawford.
There's a rumour going around this week that Manny Pacquiao is going to return. What do you make of that?
I don't know. We shall see. I don't know.
Do you think he's too old at 46 to fight Barrios?
I can't say if he's too old or not. You know, if he get in there and win, then everybody will be saying different. So I don't put no limit on an all-time great like Manny Pacquiao.
WBO welterweight champion Terence Crawford has expressed skepticism about Pacquiao's standing among the top pound-for-pound fighters, based primarily on the nature of Pacquiao's championship titles. After viewing the training footage, Crawford maintained his position that Pacquiao's achievements deserve scrutiny. In a recent appearance on the Pound for Pound podcast, Crawford questioned Pacquiao's exclusion from his all-time pound-for-pound list, implying doubts about the legitimacy of Pacquiao's accomplishments. He referenced Pacquiao's initial reluctance to undergo Olympic-style drug testing during negotiations for a fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., suggesting that Pacquiao's knockout power diminished after he agreed to such testing. "That's me personally," Crawford stated, for the simple fact that when Floyd made it a point for him to do the blood test, he didn't want to do the blood test. But then when he did do the blood test, he hasn't got a knockout since. These comments have been strongly rebutted by Pacquiao supporters, who point out factual inconsistencies in Crawford's claims. Critics note that Pacquiao's power naturally diminished as he moved up in weight, not because of testing protocols, stating, "Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up, and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight."
Discuss money. Yeah. When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromised, because he's a giver. He's a special dude.
Sports analyst Shannon Sharp offered effusive praise for Pacquiao's career achievements when commenting on the training footage, calling him a historically great fighter. The only fighter to win 8 world titles. Started out scrawny, started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at I think 112, and went all the way up to 154. It's impossible. I feel very comfortable saying, I don't believe we'll ever see that again. We'll never see it again, Sharp remarked. Sharp emphasized the quality of opposition Pacquiao has faced throughout his career. And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera, and Eric Morales, and Oscar de la Hoya, and Hatton, and Cotto, Margarito, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades. ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith shared his admiration for both Pacquiao's in-ring accomplishments and his character when discussing the comeback attempt. One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth, Smith stated. Smith emphasized Pacquiao's generosity and charitable work. When people talk about Manny Pacquiao, and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money, I would like you all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable. That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'ma miss him. Pacquiao's last professional bout was in August 2021, where he faced Eudenis Ugas and suffered a unanimous decision loss. In that fight, Pacquiao experienced leg cramps that hampered his movement and effectiveness. At the time, he acknowledged the physical toll of the sport, citing these issues as a sign of his body's limitations. During his retirement announcement in September 2021, Pacquiao stated, "It is difficult for me to accept that my time as a boxer is over." He focused on his political career, specifically his candidacy for the Philippine presidency in the 2022 elections. Now at 46, the challenges of regaining peak physical condition and competing against younger, active opponents are significant. At his best, Pacquiao was known for his exceptional speed, footwork, and power, attributes that naturally diminish with age. The training footage shows glimpses of his former brilliance, but questions remain about whether he can sustain that level of performance for an entire championship fight.
See you next time. Adrian?
Yeah, bring your motherfucking ass over here. I got a lot to say.
We're going to conduct this professionally, or we're not going to have an interview. You make the decision. What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. I controlled the fight. He was missing. I hit him clean more times. I beat him.
You averaged 8 punches. Less than 8 punches was the most punches that you had in the round, and it seemed as though you couldn't get close enough.
It already sounded like you was against me. So I already ain't got a fair shake talking to you. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. What they trying to do is they trying to get that money again with Pacquiao and Floyd. But it's cool. I ain't worrying about it. I'm still that nigga, man. I'm on top. Cincinnati, stand up. West Side.
Boxing analysts have drawn compelling parallels between Manny Pacquiao's current comeback attempt and his historic 2010 victory over Antonio Margarito, a night when Pacquiao overcame staggering physical disadvantages to etch his name even deeper into boxing history. In that bout, Pacquiao stood nearly half a foot shorter than Margarito and entered the ring weighing 17 pounds less. Despite those odds, Pacquiao showcased extraordinary speed, footwork, and tactical brilliance to dominate the fight from start to finish. Pacquiao officially weighed in at 144.6 pounds for the Margarito fight, well under the 150-pound catchweight limit. By fight night, he had rehydrated to approximately 148 pounds, while Margarito, who drained himself to make weight, likely entered the ring around 165 pounds. The difference was immense. Yet Pacquiao's skill set was so refined that he neutralized Margarito's size and reach advantage with relentless combinations and lateral movement, ultimately capturing the WBC Super Welterweight title. That victory was more than just another belt, it made Pacquiao the only boxer in history to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions. In a reflective moment following that brutal war, Pacquiao admitted just how taxing it had been physically. "Amazing, I survived that Margarito fight. Night of the fight I was 148 pounds, he recalled, offering a rare glimpse into the toll elite-level boxing exacts even on a legend. Now, as Pacquiao eyes another seemingly improbable feat against Mario Barrios, some supporters argue that if he could overcome such overwhelming physical disadvantages in his prime, he may still possess enough residual skill, tactical intelligence, and fighting heart to offset the inevitable effects of aging. Should Pacquiao defeat Barrios, he would not only secure another world title but also become the oldest welterweight champion in boxing history, a staggering achievement that would further cement his place among the sport's immortals. However, this potential fairy tale ending comes with caveats. The brutal nature of professional boxing, especially at the elite level, shows little mercy to older athletes. The natural decline in reflexes, speed, and recovery raises real questions about whether the 46-year-old Pacquiao can once again rise above the odds. This bout with Barrios is about far more than championship gold, it's a crucible that will test Pacquiao's body, his will, and the enduring power of legacy. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has come out in full support of Pacquiao's right to challenge for the title, citing WBC rules that permit notable former champions to request world title fights upon returning from retirement. This is not without precedent. Other icons of the sport have been granted similar opportunities following extended absences. According to Suleiman, Pacquiao has earned this chance, not just through past accolades, but through the example he's set over decades of competition. As the July 2025 showdown approaches, all eyes are now focused on Pacquiao's preparation and physical condition. Training footage circulating online has been a double-edged sword, fueling optimism among fans who see flashes of his old form, while also prompting concern from critics who question whether he's physically capable of enduring another high-stakes war in the ring. Boxing legends and analysts remain divided. Some see this as Pacquiao's final masterstroke, a swan song to close out a career unlike any other. Others warn that this comeback attempt may carry unnecessary risk, possibly tarnishing his legacy or compromising his long-term health. But regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain, Manny Pacquiao's return is not just another fight. It's a moment of reckoning, a final stand that could either elevate his myth or remind the world that even legends are bound by time.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.